Welcome to the Empower Portal. Lady Loves, this is my membership space, as you know, and I'm really celebrating you for being here and choosing you. Today we are diving into what I call the Crystal Clear program, and it is 7 different workshops around our chakras. And our chakras are really important in finding balance in our lives. So today we're going to dive into the root chakra and what exactly that means for you to be in your power there. So if you're newer to the chakras are energetic portals that live inside of our bodies. So you can imagine them like little wheels that spin. And when they're really open and when they're really showing up in their full power, they're spinning and open and beautiful, and you can imagine radiating light coming out of it. So the root chakra's color is red. So you can start to imagine this spinning red wheel. Now, when the energy center is a little stickier, maybe there's something going on in your life, transition, this wheel closes. And we don't want that. We want to keep it open. So I want you to understand what's going on in each wheel so that you can start to plan your life, plan your business, plan whatever you're doing in more alignment in a well-rounded way. So, root chakra, anatomically, is our feet, our calves, our thighs, our knees, all the way up to our pubic bone. So it's the root of our body. And in yoga, we call it Muladhara. That's the Sanskrit word. Like I said, represented by the color red. And in each power portal, each chakra, there is 2 expressions, a masculine expression and a feminine expression. And the masculine expression in this center is everything that you do in your everyday life that fuels this center, okay? So it's either gonna fuel this center in a positive way that makes you feel really good, or it's gonna fuel this center in a negative way, and you're not gonna feel that great. Now, not good or bad or negative or positive in this way of right or wrong, but just more of a vibrational space we're talking about here. So when we're talking about the masculine expression, our root is all around safety and security and making sure we feel really secure in who we are so that we can show up to do everything else. So this is really the root of your crystal clear energy. When it comes to it, we start here. And if you think about it, if you look at what's going on in the world, where are many people's injuries? Their hips, their low back, right? Because we hold a lot of emotion in our hips. You know, if you're in the power portal, I talk a lot about inner child healing, and this really happens in all of the power portals, but specifically the root, because again, safety and security. So if you weren't given what you needed growing up from the unit you were a part of or the communities you were integrated in, then you might not feel safe and secure as an adult, and you might not be able to create secure, relatable relationships because your root is stuck. The wheel's not spinning. So we want to make sure we get that spinning. So the masculine expression of this is your money work, is your inner child work, the deep safety security piece. But really in the in-power world, we talk about money. Money, how do you talk about your money? How do you lean into your money? Do you show up for money? Do you hide away from your money, right? Because a lot of us don't feel safe. We don't feel worthy of the money, or we don't have enough, or we have too much, or whatever the case may be. So anything you do in your life that surrounds money is the root chakra. And how you show up and do that task matters. So if you go to the bank to file your taxes, or I'm filming this in April, so we're tax season here right now. So if you go to the bank and you want to file your taxes or whatever, you go in and you drag your feet and you're like, fuck this, I don't want to go, I don't want to be here, this is stupid. That's going to feed your wheel nothing. You're going to still feel shitty. You're still going to feel shitty. But if you go into the bank and you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to go do my taxes. It's going to feel so good once they're done. It's going to feel so good once they're done. It's going to be off my list. I'm responsible for my money. I feel safe in my finance. You create a solid foundation for you and you're excited to do that. You're going to fuel that energy center more positively. You're going to feel a higher vibe because you see what it's doing in your life. But what ends up happening so often is we get these to-do lists and we do what we really want to do first, and we leave everything we don't want to do till the end. Usually the things you leave till the end are probably the chakras that you need to work on. So if you leave your finances all the way to the end of your list and you ignore them, let's put it to the top. Let's put it to priority, because that'll change the alignment of everything else. So the masculine expression looks like this: going to the bank, paying your bills, doing your taxes, having conversations with your partner about money to elevate that vibration between the two of you, having conversations out loud, how you talk about money. Money hears you. If you're being like, oh, I hate money. Well, if you said, oh, I hate Aaron, well, I probably wouldn't want to hang out with you. So money probably doesn't want to find you either, because you're like repelling it. You're like, I don't want you because I don't like you. But if you like money, it's going to help you feel safe and secure. I'm not saying the money piece is your safety and security, but generally when we feel safe and secure in ourselves, money doesn't trigger us. They're directly related. Okay? So we're going to move into the feminine expression just a little bit here, and I'll dance between the two. The feminine expression is I've created archetypes for each chakra so that we as women can understand the feeling of the energy behind the center, right? Masculine expression is structure, foundation, stability, right? It's the actual doing. It's the inspired action. It's the going to the bank. It's the paying of the bills. It's the details. But the feminine expression is ebb, it's flow, it's the feeling. So the archetype I've created for the root chakra is the inner mother. And the inner mother is this energy that lives inside of you that gets to help you feel safe in finance, okay? That gets to help you feel safe in life. And the inner mother goes a little something like this. You're doing your things, and you start to doubt. You start to doubt. The inner mother energy comes in and goes, it's okay that you're doubting. It's okay that you're doubting. Doubts are normal. It's okay. All is good. And we're still going to do it. I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to help you get there. So if paying bills is hard, I know for me personally, money has been a big trigger in my life. I had to coach myself, inner mother myself, to be able to show up and take responsibility for that aspect of my life. So this inner mother helps you take responsibility and help you specifically feel safe. So when you work with the feminine expression, what you want to do is you want to ask yourself, how do you want to feel in this center? What does safety and security feel like for you? What do you need in your life to feel that way? And start to really get dreamy about it. Start to get really visiony about it. Start to really expand what that might feel like for you. And these might be new thoughts. These might be new ideas. These might be new perspectives. So see where your inner narrative might challenge them. Be like, well, what'd she say? What do you mean what do you mean? Right? So you get into your journal, you get onto your phone, your notes, wherever you write, or don't write, start writing. And when you start to write, ask yourself, in an ideal world, what would the energy behind money feel like for you? What would the energy behind the inner mother feel like for you? And start to build a vision, more from a feeling, not a doing, not a goal, a feeling, okay? And that's how we start to cultivate a new vibration in the center. Because what ends up happening is this power portal. We have these power portals from the time we were born. And these power portals pick up shit from other people. So if our family, let's say, had a scarcity mindset, and a scarcity mindset sounds like this: oh my gosh, it's too much. Oh, I don't think that's enough. And then we carry that into our self-worth, right? Then we don't think we're enough, right? We pick it up from the people around us. So what is our responsibility to do is clear out what's in the power portal that we've picked up so that we can come back to us in it, okay? So you get to decide how you want to feel here. You get to decide how you do things. And then what you're going to do to marry the two together to make sure you do have crystal clear energy in this center is be like, okay, this is the vision I have for myself. This is the vision I have for this inner mother energy. This is the vision I have for my money. I have a plan. I know how I want to feel in it. I want to feel abundant and flowy and open and ebby, and this is amazing. Awesome. Okay, now you take that vision and you bring it over to the masculine and you ask yourself, what do I need to do to take inspired action to feel this way? What do I need to do to feel this way? Okay, if it's doing your taxes, well, there you go, right? You don't self-sabotage anymore. You help yourself navigate what you need to do to really step up into that next level of yourself, okay? So now you take this vision you've created, go over here and you're like, okay, I want to feel this way. I want to feel really good with my money. Amazing. Okay, well, maybe that looks like hanging out with looking in your bank accounts every day. Maybe that looks like doing a gratitude list every morning. There's so many ways to activate this energy by inspired action over here. Okay, that's how they marry in the middle. Now, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are looking to do your own thing one day, if you are looking to really evolve in a next level way and do things for yourself, like really, really, really in your own zone. This also, the third layer to this, I'm not going to teach it fully here. This is in my other courses, but it's also your mission. It's your money. It's your money in the business. So if you bring these layers to the business, it matters. So you have to figure out this stuff first before you go into the third layer, before you take that into the business and make the abundance you want, because you got to clear out the shit that you've picked up along the way so you can get where you want to go. Does that make sense? So what you want to start to do to activate this, you can start to do energetic exercises to just bring awareness into that center. So in the yoga world, that looks like squats, or fitness world, squats, goddess squat. It looks like anything to do with your hips. You can do figure 4 shapes. You can do any footwork, any ankle work, any ankle strength, like anything that you're working on the lower parts of the body, you'll start to get things moving. And like I was saying earlier, right? Like so many people right now have so much pain down in here. Yes, it might be from lifestyle, but it might also be from emotional trauma, being stuck in the wheel, But the vision helps you clear the wheel. And then you take the vision over to inspired action, and then you start to change and make magic happen for yourself, right? So anatomically, lower part of the body. Energetically, safety, security. Emotions, it's our self-worth. It's a lot of our deep primal emotions live here. So anger, sadness, happiness. And we know that if we shut certain things off, we don't have access to other things. So if we decided at a young age, because the family we were a part of, we couldn't express fully in our happiness, or we couldn't express fully in our anger, or we had to sit pretty and be quiet, then the wheel is stuck. The wheel is sticky because we weren't allowed to do those things. So again, it's our responsibility to take the inner mother energy, come back in, bring it in, and shift that for ourselves. Shift the possibility of a new reality through the portal, okay? And then we've done energy, we've done anatomy, we've done emotions, and the mind. So again, it's the scarcity mindset versus abundant mindset. So this idea of I don't have enough versus I have exactly what I need. So working on starting to see the world from a place of light, of abundance. If you don't have something, it doesn't mean you're not worthy. It just means you don't have it yet. Instead of making this whole thing of like, oh my gosh, she has all those things and I don't, so my business sucks. Like, you don't want to get into that place. It's an emotional dysregulation, and then it sets you off your rails. And then it takes you a little while to come back into the root, ground yourself back down. So building up this toolkit for yourself to ground. Ground. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a little energy clearing here. So sit up nice and tall. I know that's a lot of information, a little amount of time. So take your time to integrate this. Take notes, write some things down, and start to do it because you're worth it. So right where we are right now, sit up nice and tall, close your eyes. You can bring your hands to your knees, and we'll just do a little awareness practice here. Bring your breath all the way down to your feet. Bring your breath all the way down to your feet, and start to imagine that underneath your feet there was a spinning red wheel. And the spinning red wheel is going clockwise. It was bright red, kind of like a Dragon Ball Z wheel. And you see it spinning and spinning. And that's your root. That's your safety. That's your security. But it's underneath you. It's underneath the feet. And I want you to imagine that portal drawing out anything that you don't need inside of you in your root, in your Muladhara. Imagine this like rush of water, or rush of gunk, or rush of mud, or rush of energy move out of the body into the portal so it can safely be released. Breathe into that. Any stories you don't need around your money, any stories you don't need around your worth, or your feelings, or being safe and secure in your feelings. You are safe, you are secure. An affirmation for the root. I am. The root chakra is I am energy. I am proud. I am confident. I am strong. I am wealthy. I am abundant. So using I am draws you back down into the root. Take a couple more breaths here, just in this space together. And then when you're ready to close the portal underneath the feet, when you feel complete, come back into the physical space. If you want to stay here longer, you can pause me and keep going if it's feeling good. If you want to move on with your day, open the eyes, come back to the space. Thank you so much for learning with me. There are 6 other chakras to learn about. There's videos for all of them. I recommend doing one at a time and really integrating it into the body rather than just into the mind. Like really starting to apply it in your everyday life so you can shift the energy around the everyday tasks you already do to bring you more. The light in me sees the light in you. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing day.